fight, take it easy, and let's all go in peace. So we are now ready for the main event of the evening. Officials for this bout, we have Shadrach Quaye as a referee for this bout, Erasmus O, Judge 1, Michael Nikwe, Judge 2, and me, Mensah Kako, Judge number 3. So this is the main event of the evening. This is the last fight of the night, and this is the fight that is going to determine the boxer that is going to go home with a brand new car from Premium Motors, Renault, Ghana. So we are now waiting for the referee to join us in the ring, and we are also waiting for the boxers, Charles Yao Tetteh and John Quaye. But right about now, ladies and gentlemen, shall we please welcome the boxer who is going to fight from the blue corner from the Panics Boxing Gymnasium, Charles Yao Tetteh.
As you know they them they talk, as you know they them they shout, as you know they them figure them boss in the yard, as you know they them they talk, as we know they them they shout, as we know they figure them boss in the yard. Come on, me I get womba, come on, me I get womba, come on, me I get womba, come on, me I get womba. Don't take them a lande, man and I kill no. Papi catch up and say they will know. Be started to the see a grab. Yow flag, as you know they them they talk, as we know they them they shout, as we know they them figure them boss in the yard, as we know they them they talk, as we know they them they shout. As we know they, I'm going to see you. I see I care womba, care more, me I care womba, care more, me I care womba, care more, me I care womba, care more, me. Young king, the Walande, Panana Yakilano, Pamika Chamasaya, Velano, Pista Sicilia, this year, Crabba, so try there, bro, so I have a fire, no, Vilano, I'm a man, why you shall, when I said, I know a job, and never rock with Macaba Homestop, mathematically, alphabetically, A, B, A, B. Hey, niggas when the few was in Charles' back, we can't talk about this stuff, this is punch, then they've been away. Coming with a 300 but they don't want to make a say about your chairman, I know, ABB.
Bless us. Thank you very much. So now we have in the ring Charles Yao Tetteh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, shall we welcome the boxer from the red corner, John Quaye.
You wrote me off, but God called me in. I may be down, so you say I'm a man. Meaning, I'm Martinelli. Or come me with me, so no longer. But in Mechi, I'm bound to win. Empty shot, not shame with you. Cause I'm a work in progress. Oh, yeah, me watch you, my one. Oh, I am watch you, my one. No carry move. Meaning, I'm Martinelli. Maria, Baya, Casaba. And show me whom I won't fear. If I'm in preference, if you carry me, that's a much I say, it's well, I've been part. And show me whom I won't fear. If I'm in preference, if you carry me, that's a much I say, it's well, I've been part. I'm in some Shira, the money pay on the phone, or bread you man, Febin come, or Surushira, one now, Shira. Me pet parents and insane, no. Watching us, I'm in Quaye, made them watch no pumpy. Ninja in the muda, open me ponia, open back to sender. They are Timmy Mono, Nimichi type for one, or you don't say no. I can't be with this rotom, or
Okay. We are still waiting for John Quaye to come, but let me humbly invite our dignitaries to join us as we'll be doing some presentation of the keys to the best gym for the league, and then we'll continue with the process for the main event of the evening. Once again, let me humbly invite Mr. Maxwell Tetteh, Mr. Sifas Tetteh, Professor Zumzum Manelson, Mr. Salim, our coordinator for the foreign dignitaries, and let me have this personality, the first Vice President of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Mr. Rabon Dodu, and today is the birthday of the second Vice President of Ghana Boxing Authority, Mr. Roger Bano. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we put our hands together for the second Vice President of Ghana Boxing Authority, Mr. Roger Bano. Can we have Mr. Isaac Tetteh please join us in the ring? And then now Prince and Madam Lillian from Renault Premium Motors Ghana, please join us in the ring for the presentation of the keys to the best gym, and before we get to the main event of the evening. Thank you very much, Mr. Rabon Dodu. So let me also invite Mr. Bernard Quaye to join us, the president of the Ghana Amateur Boxing Federation. Join us in the ring. And can I have the manager and the chief executive officer of Charles Quaye Boxing Foundation? This is the man who is going to receive the special keys from Renault for winning the league. So let me also invite the Director of Operation from the Presidency, the indefatigable Mr. Lord Comey. Please join us. Thank you very much. Mr. Akrofi from the National Sports Authority, kindly join us in the ring. And let me also acknowledge the GBA officials who are here with us, the President Ibrahim Koche, Rabon Dodu, first vice, second vice Roger Bano, Alhaji Tofik, chairman of promotions, Mr. Michael Tetteh, the Golden Mike, vice chairman of promotions, Mr. Shadrach Akwe is the technical director, Peace Oblite Komip is the assistant technical director, Lord Akwe treasurer, Gideon Hansen Apia, marketing director, Dr. Ayikwe in charge of security, Carl Loko is also a member, Michael Nikwe a board member, and Mr. J. Annan, board member. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming, for your support and all. So we're still waiting for the boxer, John Quaye.
You wrote me off, but got hold me in. I may be down, so you say I'm a man. Meaning, I'm Martinelli. Or come me with Miss Rodonka. Would in my chi, I'm bound to win. It's a shot, not shame with you. Cause I'm a work in progress. Oh, yeah, me work tomorrow. Oh, bear me work tomorrow. No parimu. Meaning, I'm Martinelli. Maria, Baya, Casaba. And show me whom I won't fear. If I'm in print to be and carry me, as a master say, I get to wear a bimpa. And show me whom I won't fear. If I'm in print to be and carry me, as a master say, I get to wear a bimpa. I say, I'm in some shira, the money pay off the phone, or bread you my flabbing come, or so shira one, now I shira. The pep guarantee me say no. Watching us, I'm in Quaye, made me watching no pumpy.
Okay. Very, very interesting. So let me also acknowledge Alhaji Sultan Adamu Mohammed, Zango Chief of Berima Lafa. Thank you so much. Honorable Thomas Mustafa Ashon, former youth organizer, Greater Accra of the NDC. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now a special presentation will be made to the Chief Executive Officer of Quaye Boxing Gymnasium, and they have won the league. The details will come. All of us knew that before today they have 45 points on the league table. They've won today's fight, so they have 48 points on the league table. So without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together and welcome the manager, the Chief Executive Officer of Quaye Boxing Gymnasium, Mr. Charles Quaye. So let's go. The keys will be handed over to him. And now Renault, Premium Motors Renault have done that. They've given it to Azuma Nelson to hand it over to Mr. Charles Quaye for the brand new car that they've won for the league, the first season of the Deluxe Professional Boxing League. Congratulations, Mr. Charles Quaye, for winning. Azuma Nelson, thank you very much. Prince, thank you from Premium Motors Limited Renault. Well, thank you so much, and then we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now we are all ready. We are now ready for the introduction of the boxes. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, we just want some short messages from the GBA, from IMAX, and then before we go for the introduction, we now go over to the GBA president.
Akago! Ago! Hey! You find it? Me Tony my wega. Me fight. Boxing there. Wonu chumoni. Wo meni odumo bi enefe wonu chumoji boxing. Ni wonu o wa heishi. Ake mokome winner, mokome loser. Wo ba kpanye fight. Numo dromona. Afine pe in the history of Ghana boxing. When you have a 20 major event, a happy kodan. We won panify, what gamma be and only one lehuji boxing. Ni kenungo dromona, ni one sponsors. Ni mene ameha 2 brand new cars. Neha ni wonke wo bar, woke me share aqua boxing eh. No mona baba no. Womba over tuni. No one menye bakwe. Ni support our keke. All that I want to say is boxing is our business. So everybody here should understand that what we do is boxing. So you should understand it's win, lose, and draw. Whatever happens is boxing. Please let's respect Ghana boxing. We are taking the boxing to another level. Look at the dignitaries that we have here today. And I want to take the opportunity to also thank the Director of Operations from the Presidency, all the dignitaries that we have also here. Mr. Masuetechi, we say God bless you. Mr. Sefas, Fadi Fatah, the keymaker, is also right here. Mr. Ade, GBA says God bless you. And our sponsors, TCL, Techno, Premium Motors, all of you, we say Deluxe, we say God bless you so much. Yes.
Oh, okay, very well. Let's put our hands together for him. And now we'll go to Premium Motors briefly in a sentence, and then Alhaji Fadi Fatah will represent IMAX and say it, and then we are done with the speak. So let's come to you, Prince. Prince, what message do you have for us from Premium Motors?
Thank you very much, Amin. We are very proud to be a part of this journey, and finally the night is here, and we pray that everything goes on well. Next season we'll be in talks because it has been a very good one. Thank you, GBA. Thank you, IMAX Media Group, and a special thank you to Alhaji Fatah, the showman, for running this business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Finally, Alhaji Fadi Fatah from IMAX.
Hello. Hello.
BUKOM, you are the best. You are the best. John Quaye, where are you? John Quaye, come. Charles, come. These two boxers, they are the upcoming champions. Within a 1 year coming under the IMAX boxing promotion, you're going to witness a world champion. Let's give them a big hand of applause. We at IMAX Media, we're very proud to be associated with the Ghana Boxing Authority, with all our sponsors, especially Renault Ghana and the Premium Motors Limited. We want to thank everyone who supported us. Without mentioning all the names, I want to say a big thank you to all the dignitaries, to the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, to all the dignitaries here, to all our champions, ex and current. We want to say God bless you all. And we made it today to the final fight 20. It is a December to remember. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You can now take your seats. Everybody should take their seat as we now officially introduce the boxers and the official for the main event of the evening. Mr. Salim, thank you very much for coming. And our triumph lady, she will come and give us the national anthem. We are here for the main event of the evening, and there is no two ways about it. We are more than ready. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the main event of the evening. This is the moment all of us are waiting for. And we are dedicating tonight's fight to the second vice president of Ghana Boxing Authority, one of the finest ring officials in Ghana and in the international terrain, Mr. Roger Bano. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday. Now, this is the National Super Featherweight Championship over 10 rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fight that will determine the best boxer for the Deluxe Professional Boxing League Season 1. Now, introducing the officials for this bout. Judge 1, Erasmus O. Judge 2, Michael Nikwe. Judge 3, David Mills. Now, introducing the boxer fighting from the blue corner. And this is one of the finest boxers who has been discovered on the Deluxe Professional Boxing League platform with a weight of 129.20 pounds. This is the boxer from the Panix Boxing Gymnasium under the tutelage of one of the finest trainers, Coach Iyi. This is the man with the official record of 5 fights, no defeats, no draw, 5 wins. 4 of the wins came by way of knockout. This is the boxer who is also known to be called Max TV. Just Tetteh. Now switching over to the red corner, and he's one of the finest boxers who has been penciled down as a world beater. And this is the man with the weight of 127.60 pounds. This is the boxer with the official record of 12 fights, 7 wins, 4 defeats, 1 draw. 7 of the wins came by way of knockout. Presenting to you the boxer who is also known to be called the Magic Man. Presenting to you Quaye. And the man in the center of this fight is Quaye. Now our triumphant lady will give us the national anthem of Ghana. Shall we all stand on our feet to observe the national anthem of Ghana? Please, national anthem, national anthem. Let's go. Akago!
The referee for this last bout and this national championship for the featherweight title is Shadrach Quaye. He's going to take the boxers through the last set of instructions. And then the action will begin. So it's John Quaye and it's Charles Tetteh who goes home as the national featherweight champion. Crowd is ecstatic. Everybody has been waiting for this bout. The time is now. Without a doubt, most of the fans here are rooting for either John Quaye or Charles Tetteh.
Round 1.
Here we go, is the national super featherweight title. This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds. And quickly, it's Charles Tetteh in action. It's 10 rounds for the national title. 10 rounds of boxing to declare the national champion in the featherweight division. Two boxers that were unearthed during the season 1 of the Deluxe Professional Boxing League, and they endeared themselves to the crowd as well. Now they come face to face. Crowd is charged here. Sam Nana Gold has been observing from a distance.
Ecstatic and frenzied crowd, Prince. And it looks to me that John Quaye is satisfied to be on the back foot while Charles Tetteh goes on the offensive. He would look, seems to me, to drag Charles into deeper waters and see what stuff he's really made of. Very evasive at this point, John Quaye. A right hook to the jaw of John Quaye. Takes it well. A straight right.
Exchange of jabs there. John Quaye seems to be at the receiving end.
Yeah, that ramrod jab of Charles has found a home on John's face in this first round. Looks like at this point Charles Tetteh is having the edge.
Just as we saw in the national
Prince,
super flyweight.
it looks to me like Charles Tetteh would like to end this one very quickly.
Well, let's take a look at what round 1 has to offer, especially the output of both boxers. A wild miss there by John Quaye. But of course, the first round has given both boxers the opportunity to size each other up.
Exactly, Prince. This round is a tough one. And I must say, Charles has done so well in this round. He was taking the fight to John Quaye. And look at here, look at Charles. That left and right hook landed clean on the face of John Quaye. And then he goes again. He goes again with a left hook again. And I must say, this round 1, I give it to Charles. He has done enough for me. John Quaye is beginning to warm himself up in the fight. But let's see how things goes, because this fight is heated up. The fans, the crowd here, they've always heated up. Each fan knows the fan base he wants either John Quaye is winning it or is it Charles? But for the round one, I'm going to give it to Charles. He's done really enough for me to win the round one.
Prince, already signs of urgency and desperation in the corner of John Quaye. I don't know what's really going on.
Here we go, second round of this fight, which is scheduled for 10 for the national featherweight title.
In the first round, John Quaye did very little with regard to offensive work. Let's see what pounds up in the second round. But so far, it's been Charles Tetteh.
Good jabbing from Charles Tetteh. A wild miss there, and Charles Tetteh seems to be right on cue there. Two hefty punches to the face of John Quaye. Another one lands.
John Quaye seems to be wobbled at this point. He's wobbled. He's wobbled. John Quaye is wobbled at this point.
Good punching there by Charles Tetteh. Seems to be the eye of the crowd now, giving him all the applause. John Quaye takes another one to the head. He definitely is not in a position to exchange punches with Charles Tetteh. It's just the second round of a fight scheduled for 10, and Charles Tetteh seems to be landing with ease. And as much as both boxers would like to be economical with the punches, you can tell clearly that Charles Tetteh stands a good chance. He's landing the punches, he's hitting the target as well.
Yeah, clearly, this is the way Charles Tetteh fights. And John Quaye has just run into what Charles Tetteh does best. Don't go in fighting with him. He has myriad of punches to throw at you when you come at him. If you watch clearly, in the beginning, John Quaye was also doing what he does best, moving backwards and he's jabbing. So I don't know who told him to come toe-to-toe with Charles Tetteh. When you do that, you will lose. So John Quaye should go back to his style. Just run around and give the jabs, because when you give Charles Tetteh the chance, he will destroy you. And that is what he just played into Charles Tetteh's trap, and Charles Tetteh is leading as we speak.
Good shots to the body of John Quaye, seems to be in trouble. Saved by the bell.
Good round there, Prince. You can see the crowd. They've gingered up here. Let me take you through a round here. You see Charles Tetteh is putting a fight on John Quaye. A couple of punches selected by Charles Tetteh. Look here. He lands the right hook. Looking on. Another right hook again. John Quaye was backing up. At that point in time, you can see that John Quaye was feeling some troubles here. And look again. Left right hook again. And John Quaye, I don't know why John Quaye has not reset to his game plan. We know John Quaye. He always uses a jab to probe his opponent. But today we are not seeing that much from John Quaye. And I'm sure his corner is going to pep him well. That he needs to buckle up, because at this point, Charles Tetteh is leading on the scorecards.
Let's get into round 3 now. It's getting a lot more exciting.
And Prince, too many voices in the corner of John Quaye might get a boxer confused. Clearly, Charles has won rounds 1 and 2. Let's see what happens in round 3. The head movements of John Quaye has not been the best.
That's a big one to the head of John Quaye.
His reflexes are very slow, John Quaye. He has been wobbled a few times, and it seems to me that Charles is not very wary of John's power, so he comes in, walking him down.
Charles Tetteh clearly in the driving seat, has the upper hand. And anytime he goes toe-to-toe with John Quaye, he almost always comes out on top. John Quaye, the tactic must change.
The best tactic for John Quaye right now is to fight on the counter. But it looks like his feet are not that fast enough to work the counter. That will be his best option because he can't decide to go toe-to-toe with Charles. He has to fight on the counter and be as evasive as he can.
Charles is strong and aggressive. You can see from the way he's stalking his opponent right from round one. But I believe we know John Quaye. John Quaye has a tricky way of coming into the fight, and that is what his fans are waiting for. Stick to the jab, stick to the counter punching, and that is your style.
After came into the ring at 129 pounds. John Quaye will be 127.
To me, brain, don't need to fight. To get that windy. Don't need to settle to that read. That ring that earned him the nickname, the Magic Man.
5 fights, 5 wins. 4 of those wins by way of knockout for Tetteh. Going to forward and the bell.
And just bloody mouth is bloody. With 2 rounds on the forecast for Tetteh.
I must believe in the late round, John Quaye started to the you can see he's shaking his shoulder. No, now he's ready back. That's what we are on John Quaye's back. Which counter and use your down to pro. Hey, after it's really giving a fight. It's really here. Have a fight in here in the BUKOM Boxing Arena. Round 4 coming on your way.
Keenly contested fight, if you ask me. It's for the National Featherweight Championship. 10 rounds of boxing. Another exchange here with Charles Tetteh slightly on top. John Quaye tries to battle it out with Charles. And again, I'm not too sure whether that was the tactic or the instruction from the corner of John Quaye. But for Charles Tetteh, he seems to be cruising.
The best option for Charles at this point. Don't allow John Quaye to settle into his rhythm. Be on him, cut the ring, and make him uncomfortable. But Prince, John Quaye really has a good chin. He has taken some really big shots and is still standing. Bleeding from the mouth at this point is John Quaye. Fight seems even at this point.
The aggressiveness of both boxers, without a doubt, seems to be the shining spot in this fight. They are ready to have a go at each other. And I think I do agree with you. John Quaye seems to have a very thick chin. But I like the comportment of Charles Tetteh. Not in a rush, but when he gets the opportunity, he lands those punches.
Wobbled there, John Quaye, by a huge left hook. The power of Charles is not in doubt, but how long can John Quaye keep taking these hefty punches? And it looks like Charles Tetteh spat out his gum shield. I don't know, he's breathing very heavily, but as of now, he is the boxer in the driving seat, taking the fight to John Quaye.
John Quaye seems to be urging his fans to keep the cheers coming. I will continue. This is the 4th round. We're gradually getting towards the end. The precision of Charles Tetteh going to work once again.
And it looks like Charles Tetteh is the better counterpuncher of the two.
Without a doubt.
Whenever John Quaye throws and misses a step, Charles Tetteh does not fail to punish him for that.
Yeah, round 4, you could see John Quaye started to probe with a jab, but here comes Charles Tetteh with a left jumping hook there. And again, stalking his opponent there. John Quaye looking for the clinch game, but Charles Tetteh say, no way. I'm going to unleash those shots on you. And there goes, John Quaye goes there. You can see the CEO of IMAX Media, Mr. Maxwell Tetteh, having a chit chat there with Kempon. Yeah, Eisenman Nelson too.
Round 5.
Boxers ready to have a go at it again. It's round 5. We're halfway through the national title fight. This is for the featherweight title. And again, Charles Tetteh will start. Good punching there from Charles. And it's almost always easy for him to hit his target.
Looks to me like Charles Tetteh has really studied tips of John Quaye's fights. His corner has really done a good job of scouting John Quaye. Looks to me like he has everything planned out. He's able to counter punch him. He's able to make him pay for any miss. Charles Tetteh. But John Quaye seems unfazed by all that aggression. The magic man, they call him.
Yeah.
Can he pull out some magic tonight?
Well, sure, he wants to let his fans know that he is in total control of the fight.
You know, at this point in time, it is Charles Tetteh who is dictating the pace of the fight. And I'm just looking at what kind of round is John Quaye going to take the pace of the fight. And here he comes, stalking his opponent. John Quaye unleashing. Now he's stalking his opponent there. Charles Tetteh backing up there. John Quaye.
He's got this flamboyant style of his, John Quaye, and it looks like he wants to use the flamboyant style to outwit Charles Tetteh. He's landed a few good punches, John Quaye, in this round.
The tape around Charles Tetteh's glove is off, and I don't know whether referee Shadrack Quaye would like to stop the fight and get it cut or something. The crowd at the BUKOM Boxing Arena enjoying every bit of it, sitting on tenterhooks. John Quaye, Charles Tetteh, what a fight.
From a football career that did not blossom to the extent to which he had wanted, John Quaye now finds himself wanting to rule the heavyweights. I beg your pardon, the featherweights when it comes to boxing. Quick explosion from John Quaye once again.
And the theatrics will begin. The magic man Quaye trying to do some magic at the BUKOM Boxing Arena. It is the Deluxe Professional Boxing League, the grand finale. John Quaye, Charles Tetteh. We are on.
Well, I must say, that was some kind of tricky moment from John Quaye. But you know, Charles Tetteh standing toe to toe with John Quaye. Look at that dancing from John Quaye, saying that I'm really getting into it, I'm getting into my rhythm. 2-3 combinations from John Quaye, and back up Charles Tetteh there. Look here. That's the kind of dance I'm talking about. Charles Tetteh trying to unleash John Quaye with that stiff left jab there on the face of Charles Tetteh. And look at him, there he goes with that tricky moment. Good exchange there from both fighters. But look at John Quaye once again. That's why we call him the magic man. He knows when to bring in that trickiness to trick his opponent. What a fight we have here in the BUKOM Boxing Arena. John Quaye versus Charles Tetteh.
Boxers are just about getting ready for the next round of the fight. A little bit of a technical hitch. And once that is sorted, we should be good to go. But the round before then, quite an explosive round. Expectant crowd here, and they're loving every bit of it. They are loving every single bit of it. John Quaye's followers are here. Charles Tetteh's followers are here. So, fight is underway now. It's John Quaye. It is Charles Tetteh. And let's see how Charles Tetteh will be able to bounce back. John Quaye seems to have found his feet, got his rhythm. And he already indicated to his fans that he had the fight under control.
John Quaye has a solid chin. Wow! How was he able to survive those shots? John
Tries
the Magic
to
Man Quaye.
dance around.
I don't know how he's still able to be on his feet. But I believe he's certain that the longer the fight travels, the greater his chance of pulling an upset here tonight.
It's not taking the fight to Charles. It looks like the table has turned.
Yeah, John Quaye is now the boxer marching forward. Charles is retreating at this point. I don't know, there's a problem with the tape around Charles's gloves.
Not too sure whether showboating at this time of the fight would help John Quaye.
Wouldn't help at all because he's quite behind on the cards, on my cards. and I'm sure on the cards of the judges at this point.
Missing a few of those punches, John Quaye.
Prince John Quaye has caught his second wind. He has taken everything that Charles has to offer, and he is now ready to dish out his own.
How strong will be Charles to take it?
We have seen the resilience of John Quaye. What about Charles? Wild miss by Charles Tetteh. John Quaye is indicating a foul punch. The end of round. End of
DJ,
round.
we're getting into the other half of the fight.
Yeah.
Can we separate these two? If yes, what will separate them?
Well, I feel John Quaye is getting into his rhythm right now. He's now trying as much as possible to pull up what we are expecting of him. But for Charles Tetteh, as my brother said, he has unleashed a couple of shots on the chin and the face of John Quaye, and John Quaye has received it well. But it is the turn of John Quaye to also unleash a couple of shots for us to see if Charles Tetteh can also eat up those kind of punch volume from John Quaye. So for me, it's a close one. But looking at my scorecards here, I see Charles Tetteh winning a couple of rounds, like 3 rounds on my scorecards, and John Quaye having about 2 rounds. The other round, I split it for both fighters as a draw. So, I mean, for now, I can see Charles Tetteh is a little bit up on the scorecards on my unofficial cards here. But let's see, round 7. John Quaye is getting into his rhythm, and Charles Tetteh needs to be careful. Charles has been aggressive so far, but let's see if he can really taste and eat up the volume punches of John Quaye.
Both boxers have loose straps on the gloves, and the referee Shadrach Quaye has detected that. Yes,
I don't know why they didn't take care of those things when they were in the corner. Whether it's a ploy to buy more time or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the strips were loose in the round before this.
Yes.
It looks like we've seen that again. Okay, so it will be restrapped. But I think this fight has not gone beyond both boxers. They both still have a chance of making an impact.
Yeah, round 7, I have it even on my scorecards at this point, 3 rounds apiece. Still up for grabs.
Still up for grabs. Let's see what will happen in the remainder of the rounds as both boxers go at it again. And it's interesting how John Quaye takes that punishment but does not really show for it.
So resilient, so strong a boxer. He has been wobbled several times,
sure,
but he's still in there, still game.
Charles is doing a lot of the attacking now, and he's hitting the target with ease. John Quaye is under pressure now. Straps are off again. Referee would not stop it. He wants them to continue. John Quaye is bleeding at this stage from the mouth.
We still have more time. And the referee should stop it. The referee should.
They try and go for the clinch, it won't work. It's got 1 minute to end. And you can see that Charles Tetteh is not too happy about the stoppage. What a fight. What a fight.
And Charles Tetteh had John Quaye almost gone there. He almost had him. Where was that killer punch? And where did John Quaye find that instinct to still stand on his feet? Taking all those shots to the head. My goodness. What a fight we have on our hands.
Well, I must say, John Quaye there was saved on that moment. Looking at what the tape coming out from his gloves, that was where he was saved, because Charles Tetteh really had his moment there. And I thought that at that point, Charles should have had that killer instinct to finish up John Quaye. But we have to give credit to John Quaye, having that kind of stamina and chin, and still holding on from the couple of unloading of shots from Charles Tetteh.
Boxers are still at it. John Quaye tried to go in for the clinch, that didn't work. But both boxers will still have a go at each other. And again, John Quaye showing clearly that his chin indeed is strong and thick. Charles Tetteh trying to take the fight to John Quaye. That's the end of the round. And what an explosive round once again.
Unbelievable. I don't know how John Quaye did not go down for a knockdown. I don't. It is unfathomable. I can't fathom how, I can't decipher how John Quaye was able to stand on his feet through the 7th round. Man, this is unbelievable. But Charles Tetteh, the guy is ferocious. The guy is aggressive. The guy is a voracious puncher. My goodness.
Ready for round 8.
Prince, the resilience of John Quaye is simply unbelievable.
I have been so surprised. Charles Tetteh has been dishing out everything in his repertoire. And fortunately, both boxers are still on their feet and they're ready to go. So here we go. The 8th round is scheduled for 10. Who takes home the national featherweight title?
At this point, I can firmly say that Charles Tetteh, it is his fight to lose.
They go once again.
He has this fight firmly in his grips, Charles Tetteh.
Keeping the pressure on John Quaye now. Running and chasing after him everywhere he goes in the ring. Charles Tetteh now daring John Quaye. It's been a top-notch bout.
But Charles Tetteh is not just an aggressive, come-forward fighter. He is very, very tactical. His ring savviness is top-notch. Charles Tetteh.
Aiming to pick the points from those jabs. That's a strong one to the head. And then he goes in for the clinch. This fight has surely lived up to the billing, and these two boxers are willing to give it their all. Of course, there's a national title at stake. The bragging rights are also there for the grabs. Into the last minute now.
And Prince, surprisingly, Charles Tetteh is an 18-year-old lad. He has not entered into his money years. Imagine the kind of ferocity he would be able to generate in his money years. My goodness.
This is top-notch quality emanating from the Deluxe Professional Boxing League, a league that has given these two boxers the opportunity to live up to the billing, to show their prowess, to show their status, and now an opportunity of laying claim to a national title. We're going into the 10 rounds, Derek.
Well, this was expected. I mean, we were expecting a very fierce battle, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Unfortunately, John Quaye is not at the party. I see Charles Tetteh winning about 7 of the 8 rounds that we've already fought. I don't see John Quaye coming back with any magic. Already, is not a big puncher who I should expect anything like a knockout. And the way Charles Quaye, I thought he would be tired by now, but he doesn't look tired. He's coming in every round. He's coming with that ferocious blows. He has the energy and he's pushing. And I will not be surprised if by the 10th round he wins the fight.
Round 9 it is. Viewers, don't forget this fight is going to the 10 rounds. And that is when we will declare who the national featherweight champion is. It's between John Quaye in the white trunks. Oops, a slip there by Charles Tetteh in the blue trunks. Our match referee is experienced Shadrach Quaye. "20 Nights of Boxing" has revealed the quality that these two boxers are made of. And it's not too surprising that they've made it all the way to this stage where they are battling it out for the national title. It's not been easy. It's been a very, very cagey and tough encounter. These two boxers have endeared themselves to the fans, and I believe that the future looks good. And indeed, when you take a look at the history of Ghana boxing, the featherweight division has almost always proved our strong points. DK Poison, Azuma Nelson, the list is endless.
Yeah, of course. And even quite recently, our own Isaac Dogwe has moved from the super bantamweight to the featherweight division. Looks to be our hub. Prince, how John Quaye is still in this fight?
He's taking some hard knocks, but he's showed that he's got a bigger chin. He's got a strong chin. Still stands on his feet, and you can't even see on his face any swelling or anything apart from the bust in the mouth.
Yeah, apart from the bleeding mouth, John Quaye, no sign of that. All that.
That's a big one to the face.
A good counter left from Tetteh. I think that Charles Tetteh's craft is a bit underestimated. He's not just a brawler. He's not just a swimmer. He's a complete boxer, Charles Tetteh.
And obviously these two have shown clear dedication of what they do. And we've got a few outlets wanting to even support the boxers at this stage of their career to help nurture them as they go into the world of glory.
Prince, I do agree with Nana on his description of Charles Tetteh. I was one of those who thought that he's just a hard puncher. He can't seem to just punch and go away. But today he's proving that he has all the other ones. He's a good it's good when it comes to the jab. It's good when it comes to the overhead. When it comes to the uppercut, he can do justice to it. But let's give credit to John Quaye. The number of blows that he's received and he's still on his feet. It tells you that these boys have trained so well. They've trained so well. So they've both done well. But clearly we all see where the winning or the winner is coming from. Clearly, from what we've seen, we are all seeing where the winning is coming from.
Well, one of the things, I beg your pardon, we picked up is the fact that even at this stage, there are people who come to the award center, I beg your pardon, to the BUKOM boxing arena to watch these fights.
Yeah.
And they have been amazed by the kind of raw talent we have.
Exactly.
There are 2 companies out there who are currently knocking on the doors of support for our local boxers.
Yeah.
And I'm sure sooner or later some form of announcement would be made.
Exactly.
But I'm sure one of them will rear their heads during the award ceremony just to show appreciation to the kind of boxing that we have seen. But it will take a lot more to turn them into future Africa, Commonwealth and world champions. This is the last round. They have 3 minutes to lay claim to that title. And why? You wouldn't want to be in the ring, would you?
No, not at all. Because when you look at John Quaye, we all here, well, you have to give it to him. His chin is very, very good. Because when you look at how Charles Tetteh has unleashed a couple of shots and he's still standing on his ground, still resilient, fighting on. But let me say, Charles Tetteh has really surprised a lot of fans here. A complete boxer. When you talk about intelligence, he has given it out here. Talk about speed, he has given a jab, he has given it. Going the counter-punching game. On the second thought, I thought it's John Quaye who has that counter-punching game. But look at what Charles Tetteh has done so far. Beating him with his own game. John Quaye, today, he's in tatters because you can look at Charles Tetteh and what he has done so far. A lot of fans will give it to him that he has done incredibly well, Charles Tetteh.
Well, I don't think that the boxer who loses this fight would be a disgrace. I mean, they have given their everything.
I mean, this particular bout is fit for the bout of the night. I mean, both boxers are proving that they've prepared so well for this fight, and they've done so. I mean, they've done so well, and I believe that even the loser has not lost. Looking at the kind of work they've put in, looking at the kind of boxing they've exhibited, we must just congratulate all of them. Yes, in boxing, like the president said, there's a winner, there's a loser, and at times there is a draw. And now, from the way the bout went, we are all seeing that there will definitely be a winner, a deserving winner, of course.
Well, IMAX Media Promotions have really done a yeoman's job into unearthing these talents. And ironically, these 2 boxers are on the cards of IMAX Media Promotions, which means that clearly if we are able to get a couple of other boxers into the ring and keep them polished as these boxers, and even more, who knows? These are the same boxers from this league who would now be conquering Africa by season 2.
Indeed, Africa and the world at large. When the defensive skills of Charles Tetteh, so sublime, impeccable artistry. But kudos to John Quaye. He has been game all night. He has given it his all. And he can hold his head up high, regardless of whatever the results may be at the end.
Which decision will surprise you? I'm putting you on the spot, Sam. Which decision will surprise you?
I will be surprised if if John Quaye is declared winner.
You will be surprised if John Quaye is declared winner.
Clearly. But hey, he has given it his all. He has left everything in the ring, both boxers. Wow, what a journey it has been. John the Magic Man Quaye, Charles Tetteh. a fitting end to a glorious season of the Deluxe Day Professional Boxing League.
We are almost done. Mr. John Manfo, join us in the ring. And Ms. Dr. Ayukwe, join us. Our big boss himself from the presidency, Mr. Lord Quaye, kindly join us. Police, don't allow anyone in. Please don't allow anyone in. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, shall we put our hands together for the two boxers? Let's put our hands together. We want to thank all of you for coming. Unfortunately, some of our dignitaries have left because of what happened, but in season 2, we will try as much as we can to work on the security network. We want to thank all those who have been here, those of you watching us on television. It's been a very, very interesting night, and we are now waiting for the verdicts. Let me remind you that on Friday, 30th of December 2022, at this same venue, BUKOM Boxing Arena, we're going to have the National Lightweight Championship between Samuel Tetteh and Victor Kuwonu. So we are now waiting for the verdicts. We want to thank the GBA president. We want to thank IMAX Media. Dr. Alhaji Fadi Fatah, kindly join us. Yao Ampofo Ankra, head of sports at IMAX Media, please join us. Mr. Ade, kindly join us in the ring. We are almost done, and we hope that everything is done and sealed. So we are now waiting for the verdicts. Mr. Ampofo Ankra, come over with your microphone as we just about to wind up. Mr. Lord Quaye will join us. He is the one who is going to help to decorate the winner. He will be supported by the GBA president and Alhaji Fadi Fatah. Can we also have the representative of Premium Motors Renault Ghana? Is Prince here? Prince, kindly join us. Prince from Renault Premium Motors Ghana. Very well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the verdict. Shall we put our hands together for the boxers? And let me remind you that whatever that we are doing here, we have CCTV camera recording everything. So I'm pleading with all of you. This is just a show. It's just something that will make Ghana big and Ghana tick. So we are pleading with every individual to comport himself or herself. So now, yeah, we have the verdict.
Yes,
so
we do.
What message do you have for the fans before we deliver the verdict?
I mean, I was watching that fight, and look, you have to be proud to be a Ghanaian, to witness two Ghanaians fighting this way. This is a world-class fight.
Okay.
And there are people watching from all over the world.
Okay.
They stayed up to watch. Look, 10 out of 10. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Wonderful. So, now I have the verdicts. Judge 1, Erasmus O, scored about 91 to 99. Judge 2, Michael Nikwe, scored about 89 to 99. Judge 3, David Mills, scored about 92 to 99. Ladies and gentlemen, the new national super featherweight champion of Ghana, presenting to you the boxer, Charles Tetteh. Congratulations. Now we have Mr. Lord Quaye and Mr. Enes Ade, Alhaji Fadi Fatah, and the GBA president, supported by Dr. Ayukwe. We have to decorate the champion. Mr. Lord Quaye. Now, let me start with the boxer. Charles, how are you?
I'm fine.
How do you feel today?
I feel good.
Are you sure you feel good?
Yes.
Why do you feel good?
Oh, because I'm happy.
Okay. Now you are the national super featherweight champion. You've also won a brand new car from Premium Motors Renault. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel good. I'm happy. I thank all my fans.
Okay. You thank all your fans. Now, where from your fans? Where are they coming from?
Agbogblosh.
Now speak in your Ghana language. Thank them.
In France, Mindamofia Moshi. On a can what a studio, John Quaye, boxing a Jay Nuchumani. Influence anya fe no ko do mi. As an is John Quaye anya e bo ale ne twabo. Box je ni tuani aba plale.
Thank you very much. Now finally our final word is coming from Mr. Lord Mr. No Charlie Miniano. Fight Bonia Tawani ya kunaka wo mini yomo yoka hawo. Ebo modiwa. Mini track ebo modi. Mini trick e use ni kenabo. Ebo modi. Ewo mini yomo yoka hawo fanse.
Minda fanse shiwa. Agama kwense. Minda mifeshi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Lord Comey, any final word to the fans before we go?
Big up to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lord Comey. So, and our viewers, wherever you are, my name is Mohammed Amin Lamte. On behalf of all the board members of Ghana Boxing Authority, and we thank the security guys from the office of our Director of Security. Thank all the board members. Aladi Tofik, thank Mr. Michael Tetteh, Rabon Dodo, Rotabano, John Manfo. We're talking about Mr. Lord Quaye, Carl Loco, Michael Nikwe, Shadrach Quaye, Percy, and everybody.